What's up, guys? Anybody there? We have anybody here? I see a couple people going on. Watching here right now at 8 at the close of the aftermarket. It seems that the market's now dropping. Looks like we're gonna go lower. There it is. This is the S&P 500 ES and the Nasdaq and oil. Oil's been holding around 95, 96. The high 98 today. Just double bottom here at, there's a 3-minute. Wonder if there's anything. Hey, retire. What's up? Market's kind of moving a bit. It's good. Let's see what we see here on the small here demand zone, area of structure here. Nice shift watching the market. Yep, exactly. This is a 15-minute. We got that strong demand zone that we had marked the other day. We could be wanting to go there. This point of control from Monday and today are lined up. So I don't know if it wants to pop back up here, but we have some room. There was some 6,600 is a big area too to watch. What's up from Romania? Wow. How are things over there? Your first time connecting? Okay. This certainly is the bottom for now, but I'm not sure if it's going to keep going down. It looks weak. Sure looks like it wants to. I mean, it has some area to move. And in the ES on the SPY, it's 660 was an area this Monday. 661.80 was the low for SPY. And 660 has like a put block there. The last put block that I have there in option. So I could see this wanting to go down there or chop up here and then start moving up a bit. Zelensky visited us, yes, first time, really. Why did he visit? Isn't the Romanian, I don't know if it's president, isn't he, aren't they very conservative, right? Yeah, that's what I remember. What are you trading? Let me get some real quick. 1 plus 2. Oh, wow. What are you watching? You trading the ES? Mm, gold. Love it. Let's ES is what I have there, the SPY derivative, S&P. But let's check gold. Oil, oil just let me take this off real quick. Too much noise going on here. Oil just dropped a bit. Let's see on gold. Nice bounce off of that 50, 57, 50, 56, 58. Yeah, it's chopping up. That's that small chop up. Oh, oil. Okay. But gold is a nice little chop up. That's that, up and down like that. Scary sometimes because you don't know if it's going to just drop or pop. Okay. See you then. What's up, Chris? We have the oil moving, NQ making kind of like broke a bit of structure here. I don't know if that was just grab some liquidity to go, stop people out and go. See, I would say close to 7 years. There was no micros, no prop firms. How you doing, Peter? How you doing? That's gonna be part of my show, bro. Wow, it just grabbed liquidity and picked up there. I don't know. Was there? Let's go. Let's see if we see something interesting here. If there's any news? Iran's new supreme leader. Well, that's like 8 hours ago. There's a way we can put this to the latest, right? Instead of having 13 hours ago. Dang. Oh, kamikaze drones now US has? Lord of mercy. It's going in short, right? Well, it just tapped the bottom and it dropped and it popped up again. See that? It made it low there and then it just ripped back up. Is Blaze here too? So then, Dan, you see who's here? You see who's here, Dan? For those that are new to hot trades, we have a little hot trades war going on because we have the new hot trades futures at night. We have few hot trades stocks in the morning, in the daytime, in the day. We have a little feud going on. You know what I mean? We have a little feud going on. It's kind of, interesting. I heard, yeah, I know. I heard something. I heard that that Peter was roasting me this morning and sending pictures and doing all these weird things. It's interesting, huh? Very interesting. But I have some footage of him actually.
You think you can escape us?
We're out! No! Get away!
You cannot outrun us!
Let me go!
Yet, you are ours.
That's exactly what happened. Sorry. It was hidden footage we had. We had some hidden footage. And while we're joking around, the market's just ripping. Oh Lord. What a freaking reversal that was. You kidding me? I know people. I got people. Just like you, I got people. Don't worry about it. I didn't look like you. I got some more that look like you. Don't worry. I got some others that look like you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about. Oh, and we have EXO on today too. So interesting. Yeah, not for nothing though. I'm joking around and we missed this trade. This is great. What a reversal. You know what? It's just like it happened near 8. If oil drops more, we're gonna probably pop some more. Well, oil's finding a nice base so far at 93, which means that they haven't finished with oil yet. 93 is where the cool off. It's like where I say where the market likes to cool off, and hold it there for a bit. But today it's been volatile. This market's been just like ridiculous. I don't want to chase this now. It's about to hit this trend line, 200. We might see some selling pressure come in soon. Holy cow. They bought it up. This professional AI and team AI raw. So if anybody's long, look to take some profit here because you're going to get into some area of resistance here. Right around here. You got to be careful. Unless it just breaks out. Shots fired. Yep. Holy moly. Are you kidding me? We missed all this? Damn. $200 on the 3-minute. Holy. Look at that. Volume high. Everything is just like. Did anybody hear anything? Yeah, exactly. Pump it. We need a 4% debut. Or was there news? I don't know. I guess there was. Is there anything in no news right there? I thought maybe because usually we would get it in the Discord bot. It's another scam then. Mm, it was setting off all day. I mean, it was literally just like green candle up, down. Very ridiculous. Then towards the end of the day, it was just drop. So the Asian market came to buy up the dip. I'm expecting some weakness here. I don't know. 6,700, very important level. This is where the 1:30 p.m. print came in and midnight. So we watched the 1:30 digital time theory, 1:30 p.m. and midnight. In the overnight session are usually the open of those candles are very nice areas to plot based on digital time theory. And then where that root candle they call it opened up was here and there. So we have when they have them stacked like that, sometimes there's that strong resistance there. So let's see. Yep. We were joking around here and it just ripped up. I didn't even get it. I didn't even get a chance. We didn't even get a chance. NQ hitting the initial balance low. From today, okay, yeah, that's good. It's getting back into range. That's good then. Makes sense. I don't know if anybody saw the. Usually, when I get off, I tell you my thesis overnight, and it did it again. It went right back up, but then it rejected at the bottom of the range. But it literally last night it came up right to this area. We were down here. It came right back up overnight. Then almost near the open, it dropped again. So if anybody's watching those levels I mentioned, they've been working pretty good. Oh, and Bitcoin. All right, give me a second. Oh Lord, did you put short from IB? Are you shorted the bottom of the range? You got that 200 there too. Yeah, the 6,700 could be a good short here. It's right on top of the. Gotta see.
No trading. Who's eating and eating?
What a son of a biscuit. What a son of a biscuit. Well, we also We also found out, there was a time where Peter and Blaze kind of like escaped a bit, and they were just walking the strip.
We're hot trades buddies. Good hot trades buddies.
Oh, you hot trades buddies. Oh, Peter and Blaze are hot trades buddies. Oh, no judgment here. No judging. All good. You guys do what you want. Hmm. Peter, the thing is, I could do them. I just haven't had time to. But if you want me to dedicate time to do videos of you, I'll do it. And you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. What in the world? The NQ short is looking better than the ES short to me. Just because it's underneath that 50 here in the 3 minute, and I'm right on top of it. Let me see the 5. I'm still under it on the 5. Yeah. Mm. Probably should have made a live futures trade off. Me and you against Blazing. Exactly. Yeah, we should. It's like Russia versus Ukraine. Yeah. I would like to see it pop a little more than like to 24 to like the near the 200 near the here. There it is. Then maybe take that short because it's still when it does this at a double top at a high near a change of character here, and then it just kind of stays there. is, look at that. Wow. All day watching the market drop. Then when you see a pop like that, you don't believe in it, right? Psychological. See oil. This confirms the move up. Take the short. Nope. All right, man. Have a good evening.
Run, little man, you can't escape us.
Whoa, ladies, wait up!
Got you now, handsome.
Oh, do it, Tony Shimba!
Damn. Closing that out just in case. Oh, it'll drop now. You know what, Peter? I'm gonna get a high definition photo of you. Then it's a wrap. 6,700 is I don't know. It could be it hasn't rejected yet. So I want if I didn't see that first move, kind of like you see this, and then in continuation, it might find some support here and then pop a little higher. So I'll probably get in higher. Trust me, you see? Seen it too many times. It's midnight up here. Midnight is up here. It's trying. Certainly trying. Look at this chop today. Look at that. Drop, 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 drop. They were just taking it a little higher, then drop one big candle will take it all out. Another two candles take it all out. That was the day. I mean, you could have, if you realized this range, you could have traded that range. I took 2 trades off of that range.
No trading. Keeps eating and eating.
Looking at a video that Peter did of me. Terrible. Dan, we have to figure out what he uses. Yeah. It takes two. If it's not giving it to you so quickly, Dan, it's because there's still a lot of buying pressure. So just, they might spike it up a little more just to squeeze you out, and then see when I saw this candle, I went short. When I didn't see it give me a continuation, I said, forget I'm out, because then it kind of like opens up again, and look what it did. We're getting a 9 count here, and on the NQ, let's see if we find some exhaustion now. What time is it? 8:35. MACD is really strong. RSI is almost at 70. See that 9 count in the reversal there? That's right, Roger. Futures. I know, John. Yep. No. This is what I have for
We're
him,
hot
though.
trades buddies. Good, good hot trades buddies.
I didn't see this one.
All right, pirate. Time to walk the plank. What? This is crazy, man. It's going so fast. Move, or I'll make you. Goodbye.
6705 on the 1 hour, is it? Oh, I just wanted to tap me, and come down. Damn. Yeah, and that chop is basically it just wanting to stay up here, consolidating a bit. 6,700 is a key level to stay above. See, it kind of moves strong above it. And then now it's finding, it needs to find some support above it. This was here rejected before, hard. I came back here, went above it, and now it's trying to find some support above it.
Walk the plank, you scurvy dog. Captain, move faster. No time to waste. But Captain, walk the plank. You... All right, pirate. Time to walk the plank.
I need to get some music. Yeah, the 21. You see, for me, a short here is better than here because unless it breaks down, but I have a 200 here. I have my 6,700 there. It's a high volume put there, in the day. So I don't know. It's like not too much of a move down. So that's why I haven't gone short. I wanted to get short a little higher, because here it's like maybe not worth it for me unless it just continues to drop. But see, it's gonna find some support here. This is the 9 EMA, and this is the kernel. I have it's a machine learning. It's like we call it an EMA on steroids. Uses linear regression, and it creates it plots a line, kind of like an EMA, based on linear regression and possible prices above and below it, and then it plots an average between it. If this breaks down, though, it's gonna probably come right back down again. Look out there in volume. It's crazy. It right at near 8. Today was the near 8 was the actual move. Sometimes they have this move, right? This initial move. Yesterday was right at the open. Today was like around 8ish. There was a nice move, and now it just slowed down again. And I was joking around, and we could at least caught it on the way up, but it's here now. See how it stopped right at that 1:30 time? That's the open of 1:30. That's the open candle of the 1:30 on the New York session. Usually when it opens up, above it or below it becomes support and resistance. It's based on something called digital time theory. I have the previous day high and low. That's why. Let me do the daily high and low. Let's see. This is going to be two. There you go. That's lined up with yours now, right? Yeah, now we're looking. So the thing is, you see, since today is like right since the open. So this is the high of the open. Kind of like to at the previous, which is today, but at the open of 9:30, and then we got that big range, right? Just in case it wants to go back up. Because then this daily will continue. This will just keep moving up, 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 and up. This was major resistance today. The midnight open 6, 7, 13 was major resistance. Look at that. Would peak above it, peak above it. That's what I kind of wanted. Well, I could have took it here. So I wanted kind of like a little bit higher up. So that's why he's trying to fight this area here. The same thing, we're gonna see the NQ. I don't know, this NQ looks better though. You see it topped out, hitting this 200, but I'm on a 3-minute. Now that it's retracing, yeah, we'll leave this fib here. If it breaks out, Dan, if it breaks out, that's when I move the fib. I'll move it to the previous day because then we want to target those higher levels, right? So for now, if it's retracing, we'll use these fibs. The intraday here, from the open to the bottom, from the open of the 6. But if it breaks out, then we should move the fib before so it can extend it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's harder for me when I'm streaming now. I have to leave these, so just to cater to everyone so we can see everything. But that's what I usually do. I'll have like a higher time frame, lower time frame, kind of like what Roger was saying. So I would either have on this chart, I would have the ES 4 hour or 1 hour. Then here, most likely a 15-minute, and then my entry chart would be at the bottom. That's what I usually do. I'm pointing in the wrong screen. So here I would have my higher time frame, my medium, and then my entry chart is down here. And that's what I usually do. But since we're streaming, I gotta change it up a bit so I can cater to the NQs, to people watching the ES, and then oil, right? I only use the larger time frames for entries. Oh, do you? So okay, yeah, you get bigger moves. You could probably get a bigger move if you catch it at a. I use bigger time frames, but I still get my end. I'll take my entry based on a lower time frame because I'll plot out a 4 hour, let's say, like I did here, and let's see, maybe down here, you can see it. I think it was around here. See, I'll go to the 15-minute and I'll plot a line, 15-minute demand zone, and then I go down to my lower time frame, and then I know where it is, right? So that's what I do sometimes. Or I'll do it on the 4 hour, but then I want to get as close as I can to a better entry on a lower time frame. Because then you'll get the drawdown could get in a bigger time frame, the drawdown could get kind of spicy. It keeps playing with the 6,700. And let me say something. You can trade fibs. You can trade demand zones, EMAs, all these, and they all work. You know, they all work, guys. Like, so I might have a system that works for me. Roger has one that works for him. Dan, everyone has a system as long as you constantly find you find those patterns that work for you and you keep on and you just repeat it every day. You find them repeatedly, but they work. It works for everyone. I trade off tick charts. Exactly. You see, he trades off tick charts. I used to too when I was on the when I would trade off of only Ninja Trader and all that. I would use the tick chart or trade station. But then since now I got the algo here, I do this. But tick charts are especially good for scalpers. They're especially good for scalpers. Like a trader like maybe Roger wouldn't need a tick chart because he's trading off of a larger time frame. So he just gets in a nice area in a larger time frame and then rides it, right? I'm guessing. Makes more sense. Okay, we're getting under the 6,700 here. Here we might find sellers coming in. If not, there's a fair value gap here. There's like low volume node here too. This is another thing that left for some imbalance here. But you got the point of control here right now. You know what? Then you know what I saw. They have a. I think now they call some. They have a. I'm gonna check them out to see if I can do a partnership with them. Tradeovate and Ninja Trader Prop. So I think they got their own prop firm now. I think they're doing their own prop. So that's interesting because everybody goes through them already. So that might be interesting. they're gonna destroy these smaller prop firms. I'm thinking if they do that. But I keep seeing it. It says TradingView prop. See the support here? Oil dropping here. We'll see a spike here. When oil hits this demand zone here, if it does, then I'll be maybe willing to take that short back down maybe. But this will probably continue to chop here. Anybody have any questions? Look at that. Nice support there. So my thought process is that why don't I go short is because if I don't feel I have a bigger target, because I have a lot I have a lot on the way down, that I'm gonna have a lot of areas where I might find support on the way down, I don't take the trade, right? So that's why I didn't take it. Look, so I'll be short here and then I'm only gonna get a couple there. I mean, unless I get big, I go 2 or 3 contracts and I get out fast. But I like to take a longer trade down. So then, what do we say? Oil is trading inverse, isn't it? Yes, it is. Exactly, Roger. It's trading inverse. That's also a little. You see, that's where you find edges, right? Also, if you find the inverse, then you could also the inversely correlating. Then you can always feel a little more confident, right? Because if oil is dropping, most likely, then it's um ES and NQ might find some buyers there. Okay, I don't think they're offering prop accounts, just who they partner with. Yeah, but why do they call it prop then? I gotta look it up. Well, if you looked it up, then, but I don't know why they call it. They were saying something about prop. Maybe it wouldn't make sense, right? Because then they become like competition to there'll be competition to their own partners. So yeah. What does the low volume node and the fair value gap do for the charts? Right, yeah. So low volume node is an area where there wasn't much volume. So it usually happens like this with big moves up. So it was all buying in this case. You see, it's all green. It was all buying. So it leaves like a what they call an imbalance in the market. And usually a low volume node would be like, so there weren't really, all this was just buying, from the buyer, just buying, or maybe even stops getting hit. So then it was just popping up. So there wasn't really, a lot of orders being made there. So meaning there's not maybe interest here. So when it gets to this little shelf here, it'll most likely find support again, right? It'll keep finding support around this area. This is for volume profile traders. They trade that a lot, right? So here you see this big spike here, and then you have this white line. This is the point of control, meaning that's where the most of the volume is, and where maybe price feels more comfortable. So if we see here at this high, it doesn't pop up anymore, it would make sense for it to do a mean reversion back to this. So that's what I do, right? I look at a bit of everything. I sometimes leave it on, I turn it off. Like I said yesterday, I trade my levels, my levels on the algo, there's demand zones, supply zones, stuff like that. That's what I trade, and then I use these for a confluence. So that's the and then the fair value gaps. Well, those are just the same, right? It's just an area of. So that's the funny thing, right? That's something that was I think it was I forgot the name of those people that they kind of like created this or named it, but all a fair value gap really is just an imbalance. So look at how you put it together. You see the algo showing you the fair value gap here, right? But if you look here at volume profile, you see that is all the fair value gap is an imbalance. There's no volume here. That's why when price comes into a fair value gap, right, and it usually hits like in the 50% part of the fair value gap, it usually bounces. People trade off of that. Why? Because of that, because it's just low volume. So that's all that really is. We have to understand that. Like sometimes we just follow what people say and they give it pretty names, but we don't understand the concept behind it. And the concept behind it is that it's low volume areas. They're low volume nodes or areas where there's imbalances. And that's why price, when it gets there, it reverses, because that's all that was there was usually buyers. So it just comes right back in and it just goes right back up again because there's low volume there. Of course, it does. On higher time frames, it does, yeah. So you would open up a volume profile maybe on a 4-hour chart or on a daily chart and see where you have. I do that on my daily charts. I'll plot it out and I'll see where those peaks are, maybe those shelves. Look at this, it popped. There we go. And the algo, no, because it's so popular, the volume profile, that I didn't want to add more to it, to the algo, to do that. So I don't have it. I recommend, it's called SVP. I'll show you now. I'll recommend that one. Yeah. I just don't want to keep adding more and more. I added things that I know that I can put my touch to it. You know what I mean? Previous day high, and we'll go back to the previous day low. Actually, yeah, No, I'll leave it to the daily low. Okay, here we go again. Now it's tapping this golden bucket up here. Yeah, of course, man. Ask away. Yeah, no worries. And and then like that, you could also pick my brain, and I can tell you, why I don't have certain things, why I have certain things. I use the SV. It's called Session Volume Profile HD. I like that one. It's simple. It's for the session volume profile, so it's only that session. Yeah, I want these sessions to be I'm not like trading live and stuff. Like, it's cool. I guess it's all right, but I kind of like don't concentrate as much as if I was by myself, like on my own. So I want to make these sessions more to teach, and every once in a while, if I see something super obvious that I want to take, I'll take it, and I'll show my thought process, or I'll let you know, listen, I would do this right now. But yeah, I want this to be like that. I want to be like a more like a teaching session as well too. Where you guys just, we look at the markets, what it's doing, how would I trade it, why would I trade it like that, You guys can give your tips as well, like what you do. So if we look at this here, nice, Roger. Yeah, well, how long you been trading? I mean, apparently I read the struggle bus. Yeah, it can happen. I mean, it happens. That's why we're here. To learn and But I recommend you find find what works, right? What you see more. Sometimes there's going to be patterns, things that you see more. Oh, so yeah, you're new, man. This is like I'm still learning. Like, this is not a race. This is a marathon. A very long one, and it takes time. And the good thing about futures is, and you can use prop firms and stuff, and you don't waste your own money. So you lose just whatever it costs you to get that eval, right? And that's it. And then but when I was starting, it was like deposit $1,000, lose it, put another 1,000. Then you know what? I feel a little better now. I'm trading better now. I'm gonna put the 5,000. Then when you're still learning, you end up at 10, 20K that you've lost, right, over time. But with prop firms and all these things, and now that they added the micros and all that, you could paper trading and all that. That's another thing I mentioned yesterday. You could just turn on the paper trading in TradingView. Just turn on paper trading, and you could go ahead and trade these levels that I'm plotting, right? If you see something I'm doing, just do it, or take the trade, and you just go here, sell, buy. That's how easy it is with futures. Or you just literally, like, hit the plus here, sell or buy, and then you have your limit order. Here would be like a market order, right? It would just take it at the market price. But yeah, this is, it takes time, man. And sometimes it becomes noise. A lot of things become noise. So learn certain things, learn as much as you can, but then you're gonna end up removing certain things, and you're gonna use them as you want. There was a time when I loved volume profile, and that's all I looked at. And then it was like, but I always love supply and demand, because that's the way the market works, right? Is looking to find liquidity. And then so now I just do stuff like that. I turn them on, I turn it off. it makes sense to me. Okay, there's confluence here, great. You know what I mean? And that's what I trade. That's it. Now I don't focus on so many different things. I just look at it, they make sense to me, and boom. But it takes time. It takes time. So our previous day, the upper part of the range of the previous day is 67.50. So we're pretty much in the middle. Do I have? Where's the? All right. Oh, I have it backwards. This should be the upper PDB and this is the lower. This is the upper the part of the range and the lower part of the volume range, the volume that was traded during the day based on options contracts. Usually it wants to gravitate back up to that area because that's where the volume was. As a matter of fact, if I look, we use we have a lot of volume in here. See, this is like a chop area. Okay. This is where I wanted to go short originally. And Q's going through that now, Dan. So we got to see if it picks up some steam or finds some support in here and then pops off or rejects. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try a short here near the midnight open. See if it finds some rejection. See if it finds some pressure again, and I'll scalp this. See what happens here. It's strong. The move is strong. So I'm taking a risk here, but I'm taking a risk based off of this level here. Now I'll get out quick. The last pivot as well. $677 is that resistance, and it failed to close above that on the 30. There it is. Yeah. So we're pretty much aligning our thesis, right? That most likely we're going to find resistance here and Q close to the 200 on the 5. Yep. Don't stop me out, you little bee. You know how crazy futures is the way the candle moves because of the low volume. There we go. Thank you. I fiddle with my chart a lot, yeah. That's all you hear. That's why I got this new mouse. You barely hear it. Before you hear it. Got that nice trade. You see, I got out here. Why did I get out here? Just in case it. Look at finding some support here. Based off of us, actually, it lined up with what Roger said. Roger was saying that 6707, but that 6707 is where it last peaked. So it's kind of like a resistance, breaks out, finds support over it, and may go again. So I got out there. But my thesis was this midnight open here. You see that? And this pivot up here. So that's why I took this short. So it worked out. I mean, 150 bucks, a little more maybe. I'm just taking very careful because it's been low volume, really craziness. So anything can happen. This is a prop firm. So it's like a margin. Nice rejection also off of the golden pocket here. Usually the touch of the golden pocket, the first touch is a good area for it to find some resistance first. Just before you start receiving money, right? Yeah, it's like an eval. Yep, you do. You have to get up $3,000, depending on if it's a 50K. So a 50K eval, you have to pass it with $3,000, and you got a drawdown of 2,500 with Apex, and my funded futures would be 2,000. Hey Rob, what are you wearing after this? What am I? What? What kind of question is that? Okay. Yeah, Asia streams. Yep. Exactly. Thanks, Red. Yep. We're gonna be here. We're gonna start streaming Asia session around 8 o'clock, 8 to 10, maybe 8 to 11, depending on how it's moving. Today's been moving good. I'm happy, so we could stay till 10. I've been disconnecting. We've been getting off, and then it starts like moving really hard. But I'm all day doing other stuff, working, and then this is like my, doing this as well, so it gets tiring. Yeah. Yeah. Now it got that first rejection. Now it could break out definitely. Oh, that's why. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense now. Yeah. I didn't know if you were a member of you saw. Yeah, I heard about it. Morning. We have a hot trades war going on. So I showed him this one today. Got a couple of people that helped us.
We're hot trades buddies. Good hot trades buddies.
Yeah. I have here, where is it? That's Take Profit Trader. Scan that one. And then that's Take Profit Trader. And this one's My Fund of Futures. That one. My Fund of Futures has been pretty cool. You don't have to pay any after you pass the eval. It's activated, and you don't have to pay an activation. And we're gonna be working with another one soon. We already, we're just finishing up some stuff, and it's a new prop firm. It's a prop firm that we're gonna be working with that they actually do also stocks. So I really haven't heard much companies doing prop firms with stocks actually. So, but we're trying to understand their whole model so that we could explain it to the group and all that. We're gonna do giveaways and stuff like that. So it's gonna be cool. $9 o'clock. Usually, if we don't see a strong move near 9, then we might get it at 10, 9:30 or 10. So some more volume picking up. Not any. I just took a scalp from 67.10 right here to 67.07 because I was scalping this midnight open here from yesterday's midnight, and all we can do is with this market right now is if we're looking for a top, trade it, and if it continues, great, it goes our way. But if we start seeing some resistance at some areas on the way down, then you got to get out. That's why I put that profit target here. And actually, that's exactly what it did. Look, it went right there and then bounced. It's been, plus the trend right now is up. So we're kind of like fading the trend a bit. But then going long is kind of like a bit crazy too, because it's not a lot of continuation in the move. 67.16 is the next resistance as far as this price action goes. On what time frame do you have? 15. Okay. And the minute I have here on 67.22. If I go with that, if I have my fib with the previous day high and the previous day low, I get this. Actually, I can. Oh, I like that. This line's up here. Finding some weakness. All this can do is go right back to the 6,700. So for now, 6,700 to me is an area where it could find a nice balance. I'll give you guys a tip too. a little trick or a tip, I should say. When you're looking at when you want to, so right now, if I go to again, if I turn on the if we start seeing this point of control shift up, which I'm kind of like guessing that this is going to shift up to 6,700 or 67 around this area. If this point of control shifts up, then most likely, it's finding a base to go higher. Okay, now if it breaks down this low, then volume low, then it'll most likely come right back down again to this point of control, maybe retest the bottom and then back up. Now we're just, mean reverting. But I have a feeling that this is gonna keep on finding some support around this area. Point of control shifts up. Now we have a stronger thesis that we might be just consolidating to go higher. Let's see, man. Now it's moving. You see, 930-ish. We get some volume coming. Let's see if we find support here again. And NQ is dropping, right? Yeah. NQ retesting here, the breakout. I wonder if I can. And oil just sitting down here, you see? Nice uptrend there. Tapping that trend line, liquidity there. Unless we possibly back up to 100. This is all moving on. This is all moving on news. That's all it is. Yeah, exactly, Roger. Exactly. This is all noise. It's been like that kind of like all day too. But yeah, we learn, we get together a bit, talk about it. Any questions, It's slow enough to move, to be able to explain things. So you see when you zoom out, you have this downtrend where it actually tapped right into it there. See, you got to look for confluence. You got to look for things. You zoom out. Look at last time I hit that golden pocket there, boom, dropped. Now I came back in, hit that trend line liquidity there, align with that midnight open that I watched, and look, and it rejected. So, so we got to see now if this is just going to hang out here. This was an area of structure before. If you notice, you see all this junky crap here. This is an area of structure that it broke down. That's what you see, BOS break of structure, then it created some structure here. Now it has to continue to make structure again on the way up, then pop up again, make some find some support here, so we can start working our way up. But this has been a market where it's been so focused on news, man. You know. So the Iranian says something, and everyone drops. Then Trump says, "No, don't worry. I have it under control." Then again, we pop up again. It's just crazy. Too long off of 636. Okay, you took off for 3636. You when did you take it? Oh, around here when it bounced off here, right? Yeah, that's it actually. Let's see. It's just there's no follow through then, It's just kind of chopping here. Yeah, well, that's another thing too. Yeah, Dan, that's another thing that we're seeing this, but you're going inside. You're inside this candle right now, like you're taking a long, like at the bottom of in the tick chart. So yeah, makes sense. Rob, generally speaking, what time frame do you favor actually make your entry? My entries, I like it under 3 minute. 1 minute is too fast. To me, it just noise. You get, especially after hours, you have like these crazy moves like that, because of low volume. So I like the 3 minute just because it's not too fast, but it's not too slow either. I love to watch the 15-minute, like I tell people all the time. I was saying earlier, I have this layout here. This layout is my futures layout. Since I'm streaming live, I'm showing three different tickers, but I usually do the same one, and I'll be like, let's say ES. So I'll be here at my 1 hour or 4 hour, then I'll be 15-minute, and then my entry chart here. And I love to take I actually like to take entries off of the 15-minute or a bigger time frame because I know that bigger time frame is supporting me. So then I go to the lower time frame. So let's say I'm in a demand zone on a 15-minute or on a trend line or something very particular to what I'm looking for. And let's say I like taking shorts a lot. I like trading extremes. So I like to let it go a little higher to an extreme, and then I take short or trying to find like that support at the bottom, right, like near the demand zone. So that's what I do. Yeah, you do, Roger. Yeah. I mean, if you're scalping, all you really need is to look at what it did before. We teach people over here, Roger, all the time. Look left, right? So if you're looking at this, how do I know that this might find support or it might not? I look left. What did it do before around this area? Right? Look, wick, and then it went lower and lower. So this is an area here of resistance. So we always teach people look left. What did it do before, right? And then with the algo, we see other things, right? This is just like kind of like putting on glasses and seeing, seeing things differently. And we just want to see where everything is, and then we make our decisions based off that. See, this is this 15-minute oil chart I like. That's why we're finding is a 50 MA here, and that's why kind of like we're seeing it on a lower time frame. When we went to the lower time frame, there's a big demand zone here, right? But why is that? Because on the 15-minute, we're on top of we're hitting the trend line now, 50 MA. So that's why if it breaks that demand zone, we might be going down, right? Then where we're going, look left. Where was the last pivot? Here, 92, 95, 92, 93, then 200, then this pivot. See, so you got to look at what are we finding on the way down? And in futures, it's kind of tough, right? Because you never get those unless you're going to hold on and just leave it, on, which is very hard to do in futures. But if you swing in futures and you could do something like that, then that's great because you just hold it and let it. But it takes a while because you find so many things on the way. Yeah, false breakout and a false breakdown. Look at false breakout and a false breakdown. That's why I wasn't too I haven't been too excited for any entries because if I take entry up here, I'm just getting out here. And if I go long here, I'm not getting out here. So we haven't seen, you know, a true move to feel more kind of like what it did down here, right? It depends on what your it depends if you're using the micros or the minis. So on the ES, the micros are $12.50 per tick. And per trade, you need $50 or you know of margin or something, or 500 in the evening, I think it was. But I've been trading props for a while now that I haven't I have an account where I have some money in there is my cash account for um futures, but I'm not trading that with this volatility lately because I'm protecting that. But if we ever get a nice move or we're, let's say, in a bear market and things are dropping or we have a direction, then maybe I get in there quickly. I get into that account and then I trade it. That's right, Roger. I'm glad you said that. Sometimes people are like, "Oh yeah, you know, we don't need any tools." You know, I'm like, I'm the man. I see everything. I'm like, fine, but you know, but why? The market's using tools. Banks use algorithms and all this, right? They're not just blind looking at a blind chart and doing whatever. They're using tools as well. So, and all these tools are just to give you a thesis, give you a confluence, right? Find those areas where you want to take a trade, and then price action so you can get into those entries, pinpoint those entries. So price action is key for those entries. You're not you want to buy at the bottom, sell at the top, right? But many retail traders, they see a candle going up and they get in, and now they get in at the top, and that's why you see these wicks, and now they're like stuck, right? You see my entry here? You see my entry there? That little red thing here? Look, it's at the top of the candle. See that one at the top of the candle? Where I get out, well, on the way down here, but you see at the bottom. So you want to get in at the top if you're going short. Because even if you're wrong, it gives you time. Because if it doesn't continue and it just chops there, you're gonna be red, but you know, not immediately, not as if if you go, let's say, short at the bottom, and then you start getting that wick up. Now you're instantly red, right? It's instantly against you, and you're feeling the pain. Yeah, this just got into like slow motion now, like ridiculous. So it's morning for you too, right, Don? You guys are just waking up and you're like energized, and I'm like just like beat up already, tired. Oh, PM. I need 10 points, not so much to ask. Yeah, it's been crazy, huh? It's just slow. You'll see the minute I say buy and end stream, it just starts ripping or dropping. Exactly. Yesterday it did it. I was like, I can't believe this. Well, actually, today it ripped up once when I got on the live. Well, I was joking around, trying to like, I was showing the videos that we did a blaze to get back at him and Peter and all that since they were all on. And while we were joking around, let me see, where am I? This happened while we were joking around. It did this and then and it just ripped up. No positions here, not for me, not yet. You want to take a position when you know that you have your risk to reward is going to be enough, but if you understand that you're going to get in and it's just going to chop, there's no need to get in. You might see if you're seeing Dan is seeing a whole different chart. He's trading a tick chart, so he's seeing a very very close time frame inside the a candle. You're welcome. That's too fast. Yeah, that's really fast. 2,000 is nice. Even 1,000 on a more liquid. Yeah, this is like the 30-second. It's almost like looking at tick chart. TradingView has tick chart, but you got to pay so much. They have here, you see, or you could add a custom into it. You could do tick, but they're charging so much for that. Exactly. We had people in the futures channel that were always they started trading off of the 30-second, and I was like, oh Lord, that's crazy. Yeah. I don't know why. I think TradingView does that because they just get, they're leaving that for those companies that are using their chart, their API, kind of like Top Step, and then I think they have it for that. How to break even. Because you're trying to go long, right? Maybe you should do the opposite. Wait for a pop and then because the drops have been a little more stronger than the pops. Oil, the only thing that's going to bring oil down is that things cool down in the Middle East. that they say that, that Strait of Hormuz is not going to be affected, that, or that the war's ending and that the US is going to get out of the area, and you're going to see oil drop down again. Remember, the US does not want oil up. It's going to affect it affects inflation. It's inflationary. The longer we have oil above $90, $100, it's not good. You're going to see that mostly if we stay like this another week or two, the next CPI print, the month over month, we'll most likely start seeing now that tick up of inflation. Trump doesn't want that. That's why he releases the reserves, some reserves that we have, but those reserves aren't enough. They're just kind of like just to like quiet down a bit the nerves, but it's not enough. And he's not the only president to do it. Others have done it, and they never release enough of the reserves, like enough of what is used daily. At 8:30, okay. Yeah, 2 million to 3 million daily. And I think he released like 1 point something million, right? So when you trade, guys, you have to know all this stuff too. You got to know the news, the macroeconomic news, how it affects the markets, right? I'm getting some movement near 10. Back to that 6,700 that I said is a support for now. We got to break out of here. Oh yeah, so it's what you said, Dan. Yeah, they're just showing like that they're used for prop traders. That's cool though. Final prop. It's very cool. Then we have economic data tomorrow. What do we have? Tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. or 8:30. That's your time, right? I think 8:30. Core PCE, month over month, durable goods, yeah. GDP, quarter over quarter, personal income, personal spending, yeah. So tomorrow is a heavy news day at 8:30. So if you sell one at the top, you can buy two at the bottom and write it up, correct? You could do that. You could sell one contract, you buy at the bottom, it's gonna close out your sell order, and you're gonna have that one buy left. No, you can write it back up. News is it all depends, right? If if in the what is it inflation, it's always what's the consensus, what was the previous number, and what they're expecting, the forecast. So it all depends. If there's surprises in the forecast, remember the market doesn't like uncertainty. So if they're not uncertain, or there's something that happens, or new, or something that they're not expecting, that's when you see a move. So you shouldn't be trading at that time. You should wait, let it make its move, let them show their hand, and then you start, and then you trade it. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I love, the thing is, I'm a finance nerd too, so I like the economy. I love hearing about it. I like seeing what it's doing, understanding why the market moves because why it does. So I like it. I like it. Definitely, it's just noise when it comes to the charts. The market will just end up following again um its technical analysis, right? But it's good to know. So many people in the United States don't realize how the markets are moving, how the economy moves because of this, right? Till I started getting into this world, I didn't even realize, you live your world, you're working, you're out there just, you're doing your job, and then you don't realize everything that's happening. Why are we in a recession? Or, why are we in a boom? Why is interest rates higher? Why are they lower? So no, yeah, you shouldn't trade off of it. I mean, if you want to gamble. Rob, in your experience, why is gold going down in this period of volatility and geopolitical uncertainty? Is it go? Yeah, it's the same. So it is, but right now, gold it's not that bad. It's still over 5,000, isn't it? So it hasn't dropped that much. Remember, money doesn't leave the system; it rotates. So they rotate from oil, from energy to commodities to equities. So yeah, we're still over 5,000. As a matter of fact, it tapped five that 5,000 mark, 5,057, and it bounced a bit. So I see what you're saying. It did drop from the, but we were pretty much at highs. Like we're only about $100 away from the highs again. So we're pretty high up. It's still above 5,000. 60 exactly 51.15. So we're pretty high up, Sid. But to your point, what you want, what to answer your question, it happens because of that, right? The markets just they rotate. At this moment, the big thing is oil, right? So they're rotating to oil because that's where they're going to get a higher return. Right now, that's where the volatility is. And Q's making a stronger move, Dan. Luna, what's up? Yeah, exactly. You missed the fun, Luna. Yeah, I do. I still do. I think silver is and it's holding above 80 as well. So it's been doing good. It didn't drop back to like the 60s, 70s, or 50s. So that's good. I think when this oil craze goes down again, silver and gold again will go back into doing its thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then it is. I got two trades. But not we had wasn't a lot, Blaze, because this one I wanted the continuation and I got out to like $25 because look what it did. Then this one I got in and I got about 150 here, so about close to $200. Because look, it hasn't done much. Look, it's been here since we really started watching it because we were joking around, messing with you, and when we were messing with you, it was doing this. Look at all this. It did this huge move while we were just laughing and joking around. So Blaze is invested in snow. Exactly. We got a lot of more people watching in X, Blaze.
You run, but you no escape. We catch you, little man.
Help! They're crazy!
You like game of chase? Run faster, Slovak.
Run fast is Slovak. Sid, did you see what they did to me today though? The abuse. Any hot trade now in like next hours? Yeah, retire. I would watch. I always before getting off, I give a little like my little thesis on what I think the market could do overnight. So definitely we have this move here for back to a retest of the lows, right? That can happen. Which it looks like something's happening here. 6,700 is a key level that it has to, if it breaks down, then we could probably, head back down again. Let me see. That means that oil is probably picking up, right? Yeah. Oil's picking up. That's why. Oil is inversely correlating right now to ES and NQ. So if you see oil pumping, it's going to bring pressure to the ES, right? And to the SPY and to the NQ. I mean, after the big dip, the market's going to want to most likely go back up again, right, to those areas above. So this to me is pretty much the bottom for now until unless something happens, more serious that it drops more. But I think it could just chop into in this range here, which is basically a range at the bottom to then go back up again. So thing when I pop there and just okay. What time is it by you? Exactly. But you see how cool that is though? Now that you have a lighter, those light skin, like you say, I like that actually, light skin dimensions. The lighter they are, they're pretty much breakable. Right? Now when you see them really dark, now you know that there's more demand there. 24,000? Yeah. Let me go there. That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty, look at that strong supply there. $24,000 is the line in the sand, right? But like I said, so here is structure. Here is some, I would even probably ignore this and just use this demand zone here. But you see here, I kind of chopped here and then bounced. Then here, that's where we are now. So if it drops, we're most likely going to hit the next. If it drops below the low right now that we have in NQ, the next area where you're going to most likely find support is around 24,334, because that was the last time it broke above, chopped on it, and then bounced. So this is an area of structure that we're going to find on the way down. Then after that, you have, come on, you have this, light demand zone at 24,000. 24,000 is always going to be a big level because it's it's a psychological level. Oh, what did I miss? So you think, okay, the Drake demand zones, S&P and Nasdaq only possible. We'll see if we are getting the Kendrick supply zones. So you got Drake demand zones, Kendrick supply zones. That's funny. Your time is 3:55. Yeah, 6,700 is holding, man. Doesn't want to break through. That's what we said earlier. We might find support on here. Volume will pick up, come up here, and now we know that we're most likely gonna. Let me see if it did it. Yeah. What did we say, guys? What did we say earlier? That this point of control was going to be overtaken and it was going to move up. And that's exactly what it did. You see that? So this is a sign to me that Now traders are up here. They're comfortable at these prices below. Below here you buy, above you sell. Okay? So below this, below the, let's say 6705, kind of like let's call it 6707 where Roger had mentioned. So below that, you want to try to buy there, and then above it, most likely you're gonna find resistance. Okay, but it's finding some support here. You see what we said. So most likely it'll chop here, so then we can move higher. If it breaks down, then we have to break down this low area here, come back to 6690, and possibly then the lows again, and that will just be a mean reversion trade back down and then up again. Yeah, I'm in Florida. It's 9:59. Believe it or not, Sid, believe it or not, the bot that we have in Discord is freaking fire. It's like great because it gives us the news that we need. That's market moving, right? So, and the futures channel has really good like we have there, the futures channel has like very good news. Like we have really good, like, see, overnight, go to the futures channel right now. We have fast stocks news, Delta One, and you get there like boom, 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 nice. Every time I see something happening, I go in there, and most likely you find a headline that's why it's affecting the market. Twitter, yeah, I use Twitter too a lot. X, yeah, it's really good. We do, we do retire. So Hot Trades is like Hot Trades is was founded by Blaze. He's in during the day he trades stocks. You know, during the years that he was trading, I came along and then kind of like became friends and we partnered up a bit. I created this algo that you see here, like all the not this, not this, but the but these demand zones, the way the chart looks. I designed that when I first started trading. I'm an engineer, so then I started, I'm making my own stuff, and then it became to what it is today. And now it's I offer it through bbalgo.com, or you could get it through Hot Trades. So during the day we have Blaze, and then now during the night I'm streaming futures. Yeah, Dan uses financial juice exactly. So for the new for the I know you mentioned it a lot, Dan, and you mentioned it like we always talked about it for the like what financial news we're gonna get, but you also get like breaking news and stuff like that, like in the bot. No, yeah, you said real time alerts. Yeah, so the news that pops up in options trading and in the futures channel too, we got. I think there's more news comes out in the futures than in the options one. So I like it because since you can have it on your mobile too. So really, no, of course. I wonder if we could create a bot out of it. You can check even quicker because I think this pretty. You don't think it's pretty quick? The one in Discord. Well, if you don't think it's quick, it's because this is a lot quicker then, right? Hmm. I'm glad you said. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna check it out. I know you always talk about it, but let me put it in my to do so I can put it up here so I can really look into it. The feed is that I get 3 months of pro or leave for the price of one. Nice. Yeah. How is it expensive? Give me a break. I'll sign up in a few. Let me get out. Can't get it out. Here you get the time. Okay. Then you can design the news feed, huh? I wonder if they got an API. I'll check it out. They have an API. We could probably send it to the Discord. Okay, we popping. We're trying again. 10 o'clock. Oh, it's quarterly. Yeah, no, news usually. Remember also that we have the news also affects algorithms, like something happens and it will just sell off and it's like an overreaction and then all of a sudden it just that's why you see sometimes it just drops so much and then it drops because there's sell orders, then it hits stops and then the people getting stopped, then it drop, finds a center and then you see a V-shaped recovery again, you know, because all it was an overreaction. Now it's important to know because if the news is really bad, then there's gonna be a continuation in the move. Then you can probably take advantage of it. Or trade the reversal. See you again, right back here, right back up. So it seems like sellers come in harder than buyers. Exactly. Yeah. That's why I had told you that trade the in your chart, in your tick chart, trade the top of the range down. Well, in this case now it's kind of finding some buyers more though. So we gotta see. But yeah, the sellers were it would pop up and then drop harder. Plus the overall trend is down, right? See the overall trend is down. So we're going against the it's pushing up against the trend. You trade copper? Is it moving? Copper is the next silver. It's a great price. Whoever likes metals, they could buy copper, buy some copper, what is it? Oh Lord, bars. Copper is HG. Yeah. Yeah. 315 countries at 670. Come on. Right, right. In the golden pocket, Dan. Yeah, right in the golden pocket. A little above it, right? Yeah, above it. 200 actually on the 5 minute. You're welcome, Roger. Hope to see you again, man. Thanks for sharing your knowledge too, brother. For the market tomorrow, I don't even know anymore. It's just stupid. It's just been crazy. It's been so volatile. I told you I look at the levels. Yeah, it's Dan. That's Dan the man. I need water. Second. Yep. Yeah. It'd be nice to buy some copper bars. I've been collecting silver. Every time last time I dropped, I got some silver bars. What's this? They're pretty. Sometimes you think if all hell breaks loose, am I gonna pay with this? Somebody gonna take it? Yeah. And copper's the next best conductor, right? So copper's the next one, and it's cheap. It's a 5 something, so it's really good. Yeah, it's a really good trade there, I think. But I got these, but copper. Yeah. Okay, then. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm gonna get off soon too. The minute we get off, it's just gonna explode. Everything is gonna either drop or pop. So every time I say I stay a little longer, and then it happens right after I get out. Last time I got out at 10, and it happened near 10:15. Then yesterday we got at 10:30, and it happened a little later. So Fertilizer? I don't know. That I don't know. Soy, I know the metals. Let me see. Fertilizer? Is there fertilizer? I don't think we could trade it either, though. Another soybean futures. Platinum futures, micro Bitcoin. You know, we could try to play with the Bitcoin, trade the volatility in Bitcoin. We could try that one night. Oh shoot, Nasdaq dropping here. Yeah, I'm starting to stream. Not every Wednesdays. I might not, but it will be from Sunday. I want to start Sunday, and move to MFV, and move to Thursdays. I might not see it because I'm in the TradingView. Maybe TradingView doesn't allow you. No, this is U.S. Gulf Futures MFV. I for me it came out Gulf Futures. Shoot, that move was strong there. Let me get back in here. It sold off there harder. All right. See you, guy. I see you retire as well. What time is it? I need music, guys. We need some music, right? I'm just afraid to put me. I gotta find out the music that we can play. That that I don't know, like maybe some lo-fi or something. I don't know if you could put on any lo-fi, or if it has to be like those ones that are not. What do you call it? I forget what you call that. Well, I'll try to find out for next week on the lo-fi. Tomorrow, do stream. Oh, I'm glad you're there, Blaze. Stream beats on Spotify, nice. So you could play stuff like that, or you could play on YouTube as well, like lo-fi from YouTube, Blaze, or no? And another thing, I can play it through the stream, like here, and YouTube has options in the studio part. Okay, yeah, I could play it through my speaker, but I could play a YouTube lo-fi channel. Please, I need you to respond faster. Use as rules. Just set up rules like give them credit. Okay. All right. So I'll find a channel I like, and then we can put the credit there, like like music from this channel, whatever. But for now, you said Spotify. My bad. Okay. Yeah, I'll prepare for next. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Dang, tomorrow's Friday already. So tomorrow we don't stream because this futures is closed. But on Sunday I'll have some music set up. Much better than what Blaze puts, that's for sure. Yeah. Can you just put a music video and pretend you're doing a reaction video? People play home movies. Yeah, I don't know. Gotta be careful because then um they give them a strike or something, and then I don't want to mess up Blazes. He'll kill me. Yeah, I want to get. I want to get a better computer generator. It's really royalty free. No, that's terrible. That's cool. Get Blaze on television. Said he's a star. Let's be more cautious about trying to make impact. You guys don't hear that, right? Because it can play with the computer, I think. The microphone doesn't pick it up. Oh, substance. You guys hear that? Is it loud? Low? It's too loud? It's too low. Is it too loud, Blaze? Maybe not dance, right? I can see that, Luna. I can see you trading like that. Luna's making the candles go like. He doesn't do it? You're not doing it much, huh, Blaze?
Next time someone asks you if you want your burger with crispy.
That's the bad part. I gotta get the pro version of Spotify. This thing is just stuck. It's not doing anything. Yeah, I got YouTube Music. I could use YouTube Music and then I could do the. Oh, but it's like what Blaze is, right? Where YouTube is different. But YouTube Music, I think, has lo-fi too. Because I got the premium. Too much right now. I'll do it later. Look at that. Look at this little candle there. It hasn't moved. Lord of mercy. Well, I'll give you a little, my overnight. Okay. Exactly. There's no copyright, so I can use that one. That's gonna put me to sleep. We need something with beat, like beats, like a, because if not, we're gonna, we need like, so you can but I see what you're saying, yeah. So lo-fi hip hop. There you go. Yeah. So we found lo-fi hip hop, no copyright. We're safe. It's good, right? This mic, I got a mic here. So I use this one, and this will catch that better. It'll catch the music better. I'll set up this weekend for all that. All right, good night. Yeah, I'm gonna get off too. We're gonna get off. It popped here a bit, but I don't. It's not. There's no real follow through. So it'll move you with you. Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining. Little by little, we'll get more people in here, and hopefully, things will move better. Yeah. All right. So we'll cut it. We'll call it for tonight for this week, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday again for the Discord. For our Discord guy people, we'll see you. I see you guys in the morning. We'll see each other in Discord, and have a good one. Have a good night. Thanks, please. Thanks, everybody. Bye, Sid. Luna. Oh, Jazz. Yeah, Jazz is good too. I like Jazz. All right. Yeah, I'll get a nice little playlist. All right. Good night, everyone. Good night, Chris. Oh, I'll stream again on Sunday. The open of the market of the futures market. Peace, guys.